Hello Virgo, I'm lesbian icon Laurie Petty. Welcome to your reading for the Sagittarius new moon. Batter up! Welcome back. Welcome back, Virgo. Welcome back to your reading for the Sagittarius new moon, this lovely moment of reclamation of power after the hectic mania of eclipse season. It's probably still running through me a little bit, I have to say. I do film these things a week or so in advance to get on top of my schedule. But let's talk about reclamation of power. Let's talk about reprieve after the potentially beneficial, but without doubt affecting eclipses that we've just been through. Let's think about Sagittarius first up. So what do you know of Sagittarius? You know that they are gung-ho, would probably be the perfect way to describe Sag. They're incredibly adept at moving forward and leading the charge, I would say, in the way of expanding the mind, learning and teaching the spiritual lessons, the craft of communing with the universe. Ooh. But for you, as a Sagittariano, as a Virgo, Sagittariano rules for you the fourth house. So this is home. This is your root system. This is a sense of stability and a sense of privacy. It can sometimes be where we relate to our caregivers or our ancestors as well. So a new moon in the fourth is a lovely reclamation of control in some way. I want you to make a wish, Virgo, at this new moon. I want you to, whatever your faith system involves, however you pray, however you enact ritual at the lunations or not, even if it's just watching this horoscope and then having you think to yourself, right, when it comes to my privacy, when it comes to my root system and my home, how would I like to reclaim autonomy over that space? How can I be Sagittarius about the whole thing? How can I set up camp somewhere? It could be in here, it could be physically. But whenever you hear that it's a new moon in Sagittarius, always know that is the moment for you to begin thinking about home. Now, this lunation has some lovely supportive aspects, some lovely trines, some triangular 180-degree relationships going on. There's an interesting one because it's one day after Sagittarius season that we have this new moon. So the sun and the moon are at 1 degree of Sagittarius, straight on the scene. And Jupiter has just stationed retrograde a month ago, end of October, and is in Pisces, lingering around at 28 degrees. So normally aspect between Sagittarius and Pisces would be discordant. It would be nearing a 90-degree angle, but because we've got one at the beginning and one at the end, it's actually a trine with an orb distance, which is simply just the leeway of degrees between each. It's only two to exact. So it's quite lovely. And it's Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planetary space holder, the ruler of Pisces and of Sagittarius. So there's a real great sense of optimism here in different ways, in a fire way, in a water way, and that is what this card is all about. Temperance in the major secrets of the tarot is the Sagittarius secret, and it does talk about the melding, the alchemy between fire and water, between our emotional body and between our passion, our magic. The Temperance card doesn't say one or the other. The Temperance card says let's do both. Let's alchemize, though, Let's meld them together. It's difficult to mix fire and water. We all know that very well. A lot of hot air, a lot of steam. But the Temperance Angel has found the way to do that. So in relationship to your chart, in relationship to your home, your 4th house, and your 7th house of relationship of your beloveds, I see this as looking to the other as well, Virgo. I see this as thinking about Pisces, what you know of Pisces, thinking about 7th house, which is where we come together, where we find our beloveds. That's actually a really lovely, supportive relationship, isn't it? Home is where the heart is. So this Jupiter retrograde back into Pisces is only going to be here until December, but it's an extra sort of flavor. It's an extra burst of dreaminess and optimism. Maybe I wonder if your relationships at present are feeling kind of good, feeling solid, you know, you're feeling safe in them. I hope so. I hope so. This I see kind of giving an extra, you know, sprinkle of fairy dust into your home manifestations. Your root system needs tending at this lunation. Yeah, it's quite nice. I can see there's another trine as well. This one's kind of pretty straightforward as far as it's Venus and Mercury that are conjoined at the moment in Sagittarius. It's sticky. My Venus is in Sagittarius in my birth chart, so sometimes the overexertion, quick spurt of romance and bedazzlement can sometimes come with Venus in Sagittarius. Fun, in conjunction with Mercury, who is our messenger, our mouthpiece from the universe to us. They're in trine with Chiron in retrograde in Aries. Now, Aries is in your 8th house, which is where we are bound to others. I think we've spoken a lot about the 8th house in this last bit of time, particularly with the Aries lunations. The 8th house is where we find ourselves in some way contractually bound. This could be on a soul level, a lot to do with grief and the sort of taboo kind of emotions. Also in some ways to do with the way that we are sort of financially contracted or something like that to other folks as well, kind of reliant on them. So there's a pain point here, Virgo. Chiron's been in there since 2018 and won't leave for good until about 2026. So it's a kind of mild, numb sort of ache. And it won't always show up, but when in relationship with other planets, it might rear its head a little bit. I see this as support. I see this as you taking some sort of autonomy in this activation of the new moon when it comes to your home and your privacy, and looking back to how you have been obliged or what grief you've perhaps been experiencing and how that's held you in place, or that's how maybe that there's been like a limitation to your home and your access to setting one up, or perhaps there's been some relationships in your ancestry that need a little moment of recognition of the grief too at this time. Think of Venus and Mercury. This is like a love message. You know, there's love messages in the 4th house for you. And they're supporting that wound in the 8th house, that wound of grief. I like this chart quite a lot, and I really enjoy that it's coming after. It feels like a nice, sweet relief and a moment of hope for us. So yeah, let's have a look at your, I'm going to pull you some tarot cards, Virgo, and we'll see what comes out. Yes, 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 yes. That's nice. I want to show you as well, the Eight of Wands is the card representative of 1 degree in Sagittarius. This is direct forward activation from a magical precision, you might say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all in the same direction, all moving at the same speed in a beautiful relationship. This could almost be this new moon, you know. This could almost be the parting of the clouds, a bit of a tiny clearing for us all to enjoy, and for whoever it is that you speak to privately, coming through the clouds and saying, yep, your wish is my command. The tarot cards that I just got now are the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Now those, in simplicity, as I look at them, they tell me a lovely story of a sort of fantasy, kind of like many possibilities is what I see for you. Let's pull it back down. Let's ground this in the 4th house for you, Virgo. Multiple possibilities, multiple sort of differing perspectives or different options, but not really having anything of substance. It's all potential, it's all possibility. Coming to, will I decide to go here? Will I decide to set up camp here? Can I afford this? Can I do this? Does this feel like home? Does this feel like home? There's almost like a Goldilocks and the Three Bears kind of vibe here for me. And then in the center, I've got a beautiful water sign, a lovely, gentle, compassionate, empathetic, caring energy with some information, with an offering. You can see that the Knight of Cups is offering a cup. I would suspect that this is maybe something, if it's not happened yet, then you can look forward to this. There's going to be a guiding hand, or out of these potential options here, this sort of collection of choices or hopes, dreams, fears. Absolutely, there's some fears in there too. This water sign, this figure of water, is going to say, what about this one? Let's do this. And it's going to set you, it's going to set the wheels in action. It's going to set the wheels in motion. I can see you here looking out onto the horizon, onto that distant land, and being like, right, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. This is making me feel really excited too. This is something that I can really align myself with. I'm feeling magically activated by this. Yeah. The home is very important. The root system is very important. And I know from experience, when you're so used to living out of a suitcase, or you're so used to staying for a good time, not a long time, there's a kind of feeling of being like on guard. For some of us, not all of us, you know, not all of us. But if this is what you're going through, if there has been this feeling of sort of setting up shop and then it not working out, or just this lingering kind of nagging feeling of, okay, this is good for now, but look, I gotta make sure that I'm living light so I can throw it onto a suitcase and get out of here. There's something very Sagittarian about that, isn't there? That sort of, you know, or that frontier, searching for the next one. In my experience, I would say that to allow some roots to take, I'm just looking around at all of my lovely plants. You can't see them, they're up there behind you. They're a nice emblem of when the roots have taken and the growth that can then be experienced because of that welcome, because of that grounding in space. The 4th house means a lot of different things for all of us. The essence of the feeling is welcome. So at this Sagittarius new moon, I want you to call in welcome. Virgo? Yeah. That's your reading. I love you exceedingly. Thank you very much for supporting my channel and being here with me and listening along. Thank you for liking this video and subscribing to my channel for further updates. That's what the kids say these days. Do head to umaruby.com and book your birth chart reading with me. I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off, I think in January, but I intend to hammer it over the next month and a half. And yeah, there's a list of readings there. You can pick the one that best suits you. If you're unsure, please do send me an email and we can talk about it. I only do business through my website, not here. So yeah, better to connect via my website. But I will be back here. I'll be speaking to you at the full moon in Gemini, which is in 2 weeks. And yeah, I can't wait. I love you, Virgo. I hope that was a nice reading for you. I feel in some kind of flow and I'm so relieved. Take care. Bye.